Let's talk to Harold the H. Peacock, and he has got historyouthere.com, and he's just posted this good story about someone with a metal detector found a lot of coins. Is that right, Harold the H? How's your arc?
Yeah, Danny, it was over in England, and it's actually in someone's backyard, and they were just detecting there for over 30 years and just finding gold coins, and now it's turned into a hoard, and probably one of the biggest hoards ever found in England, over 30 years in their backyard.
Unbelievable. Let's talk about this murder. Paul Tully is live in the studio, and he is interested to hear about this murder at the dance hall in Marburg.
Yeah, look, I can understand that, because this is a story about true love that was victorious after a horrific series of events almost 120 years ago. It was at Hatton Vale in 1938 that August Bushen married a girl from the Harm family.
Right.
The same families again united just 12 months later when August's sister, Emma, also married into the Harm family. But the two weddings only happened because of true love and the death just 3 months earlier of August's grandfather, August Bushen Sr.
Right.
That's because of a series of events that happened over 30 years before that. On Friday, the 27th of January, 1905, there was a dance at the Marburg School of Arts.
Right.
20-year-old Frank Harm was enjoying a night out when suddenly, at about 11:30 p.m, he was confronted by an older gentleman. A fight broke out, a knife was produced, and Frank Harm was stabbed in the face and arm.
Wow.
There was almost murder on the dance floor at Marburg.
Oh, what a great song, Murder on the Dance Floor.
That's right. Now, the attacker was the grandfather, August Bushen Sr., who was then quickly arrested. You see, what had happened was that the Bushens ran a dairy and every day sent their daughter Maria with the milk to the Prenzlau Creamery. That's where Frank Harm was manager.
Right.
When Maria was just 15, she had a baby, and she pointed the finger at Frank Harm.
Oh, that's a disgrace.
Yeah, now old August was heartbroken about his daughter and went to the Marburg School of Arts that fateful night, intent on getting some sort of admission or offer support. But as a result of the attack, old August appeared in the Ipswich courthouse. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 3 years hard labour. But the sentence was wholly suspended because it seems the Chief Justice hearing the case could see some justification.
Wow.
Now, old August never forgot what was allegedly done by a member of the Harm family. But in the meantime, the life of the daughter Maria went from bad to worse. In 1916, Maria got married. 6 years later, she suffered a breakdown and was sent to Laidley Hospital, then to the Willowburn Mental Hospital, and then the Goodna Mental Hospital. There, she was diagnosed with delusions of persecution. And while poor Maria was there, her husband petitioned for divorce. You see, he'd met another woman, and having received a promise of marriage, he had to get rid of his wife. Anyway, Maria passed away shortly after that in 1938. Her father, August Bushen Sr., died in 1939. It was only later that year that his two grandchildren felt safe to marry the niece and nephew of Frank Harm. And so despite their almost being murder on the dance floor at Marburg in 1905, romance won through, and August Bushen and Emma Bushen married their true loves. But Danny, there's more.
Yeah, I knew. That's why I waited with bated breath.
You see, meanwhile, Frank Harm, who it seemed had caused all the trouble, he spent 30 years as a councillor on the Laidley Shire Council and was president of the Show Society. Not as long as Paul Tully, but a long time nonetheless. And by the way, in 1940, after Maria had passed away, her husband and that other woman, they separated. This came after he blew up her car with gelignite when she refused to marry him. So it was just an explosive end to a fantastic love story.
Mate, I'm not making it up, and Paul would have to agree. You are, and Damien, you're very methodical in your research, and you just build and build. You're a great storyteller. What are the others doing? Why aren't you doing it all around Australia, talking about Ipswich history? I don't know. Now, tell me now, how do we find out about this story?
Yeah, go online to historyouthere.com. First thing tomorrow morning, and you can read all about it.
And also the story about the bloke in the backyard with his metal detector finding thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, how good would that be? In fact, because you've raised a metal detector, we should give a shout out to listener Brad. He lives out there at Marburg. He never misses us on Saturdays, and he's also a keen detectorist. So hopefully he's got a backyard like that.
That is fantastic, mate. And hopefully I've got one as well, mate. Lovely to have you on the program again. The best researcher in Australian history, you are. There's no doubt about it. At 8:19, that was Harold the H. Peacock with historyouthere.com.